All right, today we're going to walk through a real transformation story. It's about how a development team went from, well, total chaos to a really streamlined, powerful internal platform on AWS. And we're going to look at this journey from the perspective of the architect who actually led the charge. So let's just dive right in. So let me just start with a quick question for you. Does this sound familiar? Your development environment, it just feels, I don't know, a little chaotic. You know the feeling, right? Like everyone's just kind of doing their own thing and you're just struggling to keep the lights on. If you're not in your head right now, well, you're definitely in the right place. Yeah, this is what we started calling the Wild West. I mean, it was crazy. Every single developer had their own ad hoc AWS account. The phrase, "it works on my machine," was basically our company motto. Deployments? They were done with these long manual checklists, if you were lucky. And security? That was something we just try to bolt on at the very end and, hope for the best. It was completely unsustainable, and it was grinding our progress to a halt. Okay, so to fix all this, we had to come up with a real roadmap. We broke our journey down into 4 key phases. Phase 1, just taming the chaos, get things under control. Phase 2 was all about paving what we call golden paths. Then Phase 3, adding some smart guardrails. And finally, Phase 4, where we could actually focus on the ultimate goal, optimizing the whole developer experience. Let's walk through each one. All right, so first up, Phase 1, from chaos to control. Look, this part was all about laying down the foundational baselines in AWS. I'll be honest, it's not the glamorous part, but it is absolutely 100% critical. So what did that actually look like in practice? It came down to 3 concrete steps. First thing we did, we unified our entire AWS account strategy using AWS organizations. So no more of those random one-off accounts floating around. Second, we standardized all our networking. We set up a consistent VPC structure. And third, we centralized identity and access management with IAM. Suddenly, everyone had clear roles and permissions, a place for everything and everything in its place. And here's the really crucial point. The goal here was never to restrict people. It was all about creating clear boundaries, setting the rules of the road. We just wanted to stop our developers from accidentally stepping on each other's toes all the time. The whole idea was so they could work safely and, just as importantly, independently in their own sandboxes. Okay, so with that stable foundation in place, we were ready to move on to Phase 2, paving the golden paths. This is where we got to shift our mindset. We went from just cleaning up messes to proactively building tools that would actually accelerate development. So what exactly is a golden path? Well, think of it like this. It's the paved, well-lit, officially supported highway for getting something done, like, say, deploying a new microservice. It's not the only way to get there, but it's by far the easiest and the safest path, and it's been engineered by the platform team to be totally best in class. And this comparison really shows you the impact. The before was weeks of filing tickets, waiting in queues for some manual setup. The after, minutes, all through a self-service portal. We went from these inconsistent, one-off snowflake configurations to standardized, secure-by-default templates. We literally took the cognitive load off our developers so they could get back to what they do best, writing code, not wrestling with infrastructure.
So that brings us to Phase 3, which is all about securing and observing everything. And our philosophy here was really simple. We build guardrails, not gates. Think about it, right? A gate stops you dead in your tracks. A guardrail just keeps you safely on the road while you're moving fast.
So for us, this meant implementing 4 key guardrails. First, we integrated security scanning directly into our CI/CD pipelines. That meant feedback was immediate, not weeks later. Second, we set up centralized logging and standardized our monitoring. This gave everyone total visibility into their apps. And third, fourth, we automated cost tracking. This was huge. Teams could finally see the financial impact of their decisions in pretty much real time. The core idea here is so powerful. You want to make the secure way the easy way. Simple as that. By baking all these capabilities directly into that golden path we talked about, developers get all of the best practices for free. Security suddenly becomes the default, not some painful afterthought. And that brings us to the final phase, our North Star, the developer experience, or DevX. Now that we had a stable, secure foundation, we could finally focus all our energy on making our developers' lives easier and way more productive. And really, this is why it all matters. We started getting feedback like this from our developers who are, our actual customers. When one of them told us, I went from spending days on boilerplate to shipping features in hours, the platform just gets out of my way. Wow. We knew we were on the right track. See, the goal of a platform isn't to be the star of the show. It's to be the invisible stage that lets the real stars, the developers, shine. So what does a great developer experience actually look like in practice? Well, it's a few things. It's getting super fast feedback loops from your pipelines. It's having documentation that's clear and easy to find. It's about keeping that cognitive load low so people aren't overwhelmed. It's giving them a high degree of autonomy. And it's about building tools that just feel intuitive, they just work. Okay, so to wrap this all up, here are the 3 biggest lessons we learned on this whole journey. Lesson 1, start with the foundation. Seriously, you can't automate chaos. A great first step, just map out all your existing AWS accounts, see what you've got. Lesson 2, treat your platform as a product. And that means your developers are your customers. Go talk to them, interview them. And lesson 3, pave roads, don't build walls. Always focus on enablement over enforcement. A great way to start is to find just one common, tedious manual task and automate it. Boom, that's your first golden path. And that really just leaves us with one final thought to take with you. Every journey like this starts with a single step. So as you look at your own development environment, ask yourself this question. What's the first crack you see in your platform's foundation? Find that, and you'll know exactly where you need to begin.